Keep on rocking in the free world!
Keep on rocking in the free world!
So we've all had a dead battery once in a while. Usually it's the starting battery on a vehicle, right? Now, my motorhome, for some reason, this is the first time I've ever owned a factory motorhome where the dashboard stereo was not wired to the house battery in the back. Almost all motorhomes, they wire it that way so you can leave the radio on while you're parked and while you're camping. Islander didn't do this for whatever reason, and I never got around to powering the stereo off the back battery. I've been meaning to do this for like a year now, and I still haven't done it. So a couple of times I've had the radio on all night while I'm sleeping. I do that sometimes. My subwoofer is connected to the rear battery, but the stereo itself is still factory wired to the front. So I'll wake up and I'll have a dead battery. Now, normally you can let it sit for a bit, it might start, or I just break out the jumper cables and I can run it from the house battery up to the front. Pain in the butt, right? So the solution is wire the stereo to the back battery properly. Get it done. But there's other reasons too. You might leave your lights on, you might just have a bad battery, who knows, whatever the case is. This little guy right here, check it out. Just arrived for me. This is from SUNER Power. It's just a 12 watt. It's a 12 watt portable panel. There's lots of different brands out there. But what I liked about this was that it's a solid piece. I don't like the foldable ones. I like the solid ones. It has mount holes on it, so you can make it a permanent installation if you want. And you can't get any more simple than this. You just connect it to the battery with the alligator clips, or it comes, see there, it actually disconnects. It also comes, here, I'll show you. It also comes with a cigarette lighter attachment, so you can actually connect that, plug it into your cigarette lighter. Keep in mind that will only work if your cigarette lighter is powered while you're parked, or you'll have to turn the key to ignite your cigarette lighter, or to give power to your cigarette lighter, but I would not recommend that anyways. I'd recommend using the alligator clips on it. What's up there? Manfred, German guy, he's still here. Yeah. So I'm showing off this awesome new solar panel from SUNER Power.
Oh, that's nice.
It's heavy duty, it's tough looking, it's got a nice casing on it. Looks like you could throw it.
Oh, wow.
Don't throw it though, but just in case, it has a nice cord there. And I'm just going to plug it in my battery here. So,
that's a good thing, I think.
Hey, you know what?
I have the same, a little bit bigger.
You have one similar, right?
Yeah.
So, hook that onto your battery, and as you can see, the sun is out right now. I don't have to worry about it. Done. So we're going to give it a charge up. My battery is very low right now, so I'm going to let it sit here for a few hours and let's see what happens. Well, interesting. So he's saying that the panel is German made.
Yeah. From the air. This license from Hitchain.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing. Little extra panel, so
music for the next party.
Exactly right. So what I'm planning to do is I'll actually because it's a permanently mountable, is I'll permanently mount it and hide the wire. I'll permanently mount it up there on the front, above the light bar, and then the front battery will always be getting a little trickle charge.
Yeah.
I'm going to wire my stereo properly onto the house battery, but still, it's good, especially in the winter, a little bit of light, and keeps it charged. You never know when you need it. It's nice to have that. Okay, it's been a while now. It's been charging. Let's give her a whirl. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, it definitely made a difference. So this is a fantastic little thing to have, especially if you're in a place where you just park and you've got an open windshield, or a place on your roof to mount it, or let's say, for example, at a music festival, you're parked for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and you just stick that out, and you you don't have to worry about turning the engine and driving away after the festival because it's been trickle charging every day. So it's something I've been looking to get for a long time, so this thing is just perfect. I'm going to mount it on the roof, like I said, and then it will be a more permanent install, whereas I've got the larger solar panels charging up the house battery in the back because that's much more power intensive, obviously. And then I'm going to rewire my dashboard stereo to be on the rear battery at the back, along with my outside stereo, my outside speakers, which you've all seen many a times. It currently was running off this stereo as well. I just had it switched to the rear speakers, and I just used the fader control on the stereo to switch from front to rear. And inside I only had 2 speakers, these 2 up here above the cab. I have recently replaced the back speakers with the matching set from the front, so now I have them hooked up properly, and so I have 4 speakers inside, and the 2 on the outside of the van in the speaker compartment that opens up there, they are going to be powered by a separate stereo, so that I don't have to come inside to play with the music or change the fader or any of that stuff anymore. The 2 speakers outside will be on their own. I got a marine, a boat stereo, a little dash stereo. It's a little 3-inch round stereo head unit. It's going to be installed soon, and it will be powered off the house battery as well. And also I have a separate subwoofer just for the outside sound, because without a subwoofer, outside speakers sound like crap. Tinny clock radio sound. Like all the factory RVs with the outside speakers, they just sound like garbage unless you actually hook them up to a sub. So I found a sub at Visions Electronics. They found one sitting in the back of their warehouse they didn't even know they had, and they haven't sold for years. I made them a cash offer. They accepted it, and it's going to fit perfectly where I need to install it. And it has a built-in amp as well, so I don't have to screw around with a sub and an amp. And it will power my outdoor speakers, which is going to be fantastic for days down at the beach or at the music festivals and all the things I like to do. And I will also have a phone charging station built in there as well. So next to the speakers, I'll have plugs to plug in your phones when you're sitting outside and socializing. So yeah, I'm happy with that little solar panel. Thanks, SUNER, for the awesome little solar panel. It's fantastic. They do have a smaller model, 6-watt as well, I believe. So if you're looking for something that's more to leave while your vehicle's in storage and you just want to make sure the battery is maintained, that's something good for you. The 12-watt is a little more substantial. That can actually give you a bit of a trickle charge on nice sunny days like this. If you want to pick one of these up, they're pretty affordable. The link is, of course, in the description below. Check it out. Click it, buy it, keep on rocking in the free world, everyone. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down so we know exactly how many losers are still living in their mom's basement and jealous of the rest of us on YouTube. And if you want to check me out on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe buy some rad t-shirts like this, or maybe you want to show me your rig or ask me some questions, just head on over to justincredible.tv.
Why don't you get a job, you homeless bum?
Get a job?
Yeah.
What? Excuse me? What's the matter with you, you white picket fence-loving idiot? Why don't you go give your landlord some money and pay for the privilege of living in his house? Now, who's homeless now, huh?
Just Incredible TV is not gluten-free.